Hello everybody, this is Adrian and welcome back to Cryptos Are Life. Sorry I went MIA for about a week on you guys there, but I was out tending to my real job, especially since how the markets had been looking. I really didn't have much I wanted to talk about anyhow. Kind of just wait it out, ride the storm out, and back in action now. And we are looking at a $331 billion market cap. Yesterday, the day before, we did start testing the 350 billion range, and we did pull back a bit here. And I mean, it's just we've been through a dip here, and it's just not as exciting as when we're seeing some good growth. So I mean, there is still a lot of good deals on some of the coins, some of the projects out there. I'm still holding my Tron position and my NCAS position. I did end up picking some Storm up at the 2 cent area, so I'm up on Storm about 50% on that through this. Also, that's pretty cool. But I have a feeling, and from what we're looking at, from what we're seeing, we may not be completely out of the woods yet. However, I do feel we will coming into April and May, we will start seeing some growth, and hopefully that'll start setting the trend. I guess the setting of good bull market setup for the second and third quarter of the year. So let's go ahead and take a look at Tron here. That's one of my biggest holdings. It has seen some gains. It did hit the 300 Satoshi level briefly, and we're now starting to pick back up, getting into that 4 cent range. We do have the test net coming up. We do have the test net coming up March 31st, and the implementation of a coin burn process. So I'm really excited to see what all that's going to do for Tron TRX. I'm really hoping that we are having an overall bullish market by then, and I'm kind of glad that these sluggish days have kind of come before then. And I do believe getting closer towards March 31st and on March 31st and going into April, not only are we going to see some nice growth with Tron TRX, but for a few other projects as well. We are ending the first quarter. We do have a lot of milestones for a lot of the projects on March 31st. A lot of test nets, a lot of main nets launching. So I'm kind of looking at it as I'm kind of weighing it out to see if Tron is going to ride the full wave of that test net launch. Being that other projects, I think Icon also has something come out then, and a few other projects. I hope that excitement does not split, and I mean I hope they all run. And I am expecting a pullback after that pop that we get from the testnet launch. I do believe it's going to be a little overbought and have some hype in it. So I will be looking to ride that, sell towards the top, hopefully, and waiting for it to pull back a bit and accumulate more Tron out of that. So we are seeing some sideways action now. As of yesterday, we were hitting the 458 Satoshi range, and it's getting exciting. It's starting to push towards higher tops and lower lows. So it's exciting, and you can kind of feel the tension building up and it ready for it to pop. And that is exactly what I'm waiting for. I think it could happen any day now, or any minute now, rather, until March 31st. So I mean, it's just exciting to keep an eye on it and watch. Are we gonna have a parabolic run like we saw here, with seemingly no news? I don't know. That would really be nice. It'd really put us in a nice position, in a real nice spot to cash out a bit, take some profits. But I mean, it's hard to say. Nobody could ever tell you. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. I implore you to develop your own trading strategy and your own opinions. But we are. I mean, if you look at this, we're looking at the 7-day chart here, and it's a little choppy. It is a little choppy. No real solid support or resistant levels. It's just kind of all over the place, and it's hard to pull anything from that. Let's pull up the 1 month here and take a look at Tron here if this decides to load for us. Okay, here we go. So we are seeing some support here in the 4 cent range, but it doesn't seem to hold. It seems to get to 4.5 cents and then start back testing the high threes. So I'm really looking to see for my future holdings with Tron TRX, what are we going to see out of the testnet? It's going to really dictate a lot as to, do I want to still hold so much after this pop on the testnet, or am I going to sell some of my position off, take some profits, leave some in there, and start looking at other projects? I do believe in Tron as a long-term project, a very long-term project. So I don't ever want to get out of it completely. But as far as the allocation of the portion of my portfolio, that will be determined and dictated based on the price action that we see in this next coming week and the week thereafter. So let's also take a look at Storm. And I know we got a pending $50 Ethereum giveaway. I will run that towards the end of the video here and announce the winner. So that's always cool. And if you're new to the channel, I please invite you to subscribe. We're almost going on 600 subscribers now, which is a lot more than I anticipated. And I'm not really one of those channels that is dying for getting a bunch of subscribers or whatnot. I do it because I like it. If I get a lot of subscribers in the process, that's cool, but it's not my main priority. I do it because I like it. I'd also like to invite you to follow me on Twitter at cryptosrlife. If you have any questions or whatnot, you can always hit me up on Twitter. So here is Storm. We did a brief review on it before, or touched on it very lightly. I'd like to possibly do a full review on Storm. It is a really cool project. It has a solid team of superstars behind it, and it's got all the makings for an awesome investment. I mean, we're barely over $100 million market cap, and that's because we've been seeing some significant gains over the past few days. And we're currently about to hit the top 100. So once it hits the top 100, it's got a lot more eyes on it and could run even further. Aside from being an awesome project with an awesome team, this is an excellent, in my opinion, an excellent investment. I did get into it rather low, and I'm about 50% up on it. 50% up on it now. I did take a small position on it, smaller than I would normally like to get into a position, but I didn't want to put any more fiat in because I didn't know if the market was going to continue to decline, and I didn't want to take from any of my other positions because I had already been hodling them for so long that I didn't want to I guess mess up my momentum that I had working. So I did take a pretty good decent position in Storm. Nothing too significant as far as my portfolio is concerned, but enough to matter, I guess you could say. So we do have strong volume going on Storm. We are at the $105 million market cap, 103 on coin market cap. I'd like to see it get in the top 100 and see what that does for it. And let's take a look at the 7-day here. Okay, so it's a little choppy as well. I mean, I don't know. I normally like to see more solid support and more solid resistance levels, but I guess you can kind of pinpoint them here. It is on a decline. I haven't seen any news or anything. I mean, it is increasing, not on a decline. I haven't seen any news or anything like that as to why. But, I mean, yesterday we was up 35%, the day before 20%, and as of right now, it's looking like it's up 10%. So it is a solid project. It may be an opportunity to still get in. I don't believe that by any means that this project is over. I mean, it's barely getting started. It still has tons of room to grow, and I believe it will. So if you're looking for another side project to get into, I would probably recommend looking into Storm and seeing how you feel about it, see if it fits your portfolio. But, I mean, we are seeing some significant gains without any real pullback. I believe it's building some decent support in this range here, and against a declining market at that. So I mean, it could be sustained. It's looking like it's sustained. I'm not selling off, and I'm 50% up already. So I'm gonna let this one ride out and see where it goes. If I start watching some of the indicators looking like it might start coming down, I may sell off the position to look to buy it at a lower price and accumulate more Storm. But I do plan on holding this project for quite a while, for quite some time here. Let's take a look at Encash as well. That's another project that I'm holding. And no big news on Encash. I just wanted to kind of touch on it. I'm just getting back in from my out of town projects that I was doing for my business, and I will be digging deeper into some projects that I've been looking at through the night, and possibly if they look good, possibly announcing them to you guys tomorrow and kind of getting your thoughts on those. So here's Encash. It's also a really exciting project everybody's been talking about and everybody's been jumping into or whatnot. Um, I am at a slight profit currently on Encash. Very slight profit. I got in right around this range before it took a dip. I should have waited a little bit, I guess, but it was running up like crazy. So, I mean, I didn't know. I was pretty sure it was going to do a pullback. I didn't think it'd be a big one, and it didn't. It pulled back, but not much, and it came back to my buy-in position pretty quickly. So I am going to be still hanging on to that. I'm not closing out any of my positions as of yet. Everybody's excited that we did get some action. We're seeing Bitcoin move a little bit, but it did look like we were hitting a bull trap. And I'm going to be just really keeping an eye on everything and kind of getting a feel for what are we to expect this next couple weeks. I overall feel bullish from here on out through May. And I strongly believe that April and May are going to be very bullish, not just for Tron TRX or these other projects we've been talking about, but for the overall market in general. We've gone through now 3 months of consolidation and a lot of sideways movement, and I do think that everything's starting to look like it's starting to cook up and ready to start taking off. So I mean, it is an excellent time to get in crypto still, in my opinion, if you are still thinking about it or waiting to jump into the market. I do believe you are seeing plenty of awesome deals available right now, and Encash does still seem to be at a good level to make an entry on. And a couple other projects, Icon I was really looking at, but it's starting to run up already. If you're waiting to get in an Icon, I'd probably wait a bit. I do believe we're about to see some decent pullback to create a good entry position for you. But some of the other projects that I would recommend, that I would do myself, that I believe are still excellent entries. I mean, you've got plenty. You've got Ethereum. You've got Ripple. I wouldn't invest in Bitcoin Cash at all. Litecoin, I'd probably wait to see a little bit of pullback. Hard to say for Cardano. Stellar, I believe, is in a good entry position. Let's see what else we've got here. Tron. If you're not already in Tron, it's hard to say if it's a good time to buy it or not. I mean, it's just so crazy. But I mean, just based on the pure events that are coming up and everything like that, and I do believe Justin Sun is going to have some serious announcements come out either right before or right after the testnet is launched. I mean, he's just a really smart guy. He's great with publicity, and he knows how many eyes are going to be on Tron on the testnet, and I just don't think that he would let that opportunity pass. So, I mean, I probably would watch Tron through the day. I wouldn't wait till past maybe the weekend. I wouldn't wait till past Monday to make an entry on it, but I don't think it's gonna drop. I'll tell you that. At least not much if it does. So I mean, it may be a good spot if you're looking to pick some up and ride the wave that's coming. I mean, last time, remember, we saw this run all the way to 31, 32 cents. I don't really expect that. It would be nice, but I don't really expect that out of the testnet. My targets for it are with the testnet launch, and hopefully, I mean, depending on the news that were to come out, if it were, I'd be a happy camper seeing this hit to 11, 12 cents. And that would be cool for me. Icon, we were seeing this as low as $2 the other day, so we kind of missed the boat on a good entry on that one. I mean, there's plenty. If you have any particular ones you want me to take a look at, I might be doing a live stream maybe this weekend. It would be my first one, but I think that'd be fun. You hit me up on there, or hit me up on Twitter, or leave comments below. And any projects you want me to take a look at, and I'd be glad to do so. So this was just kind of a little icebreaker video, getting back into my original routine. But let's go ahead and do our $50 Ethereum giveaway from our last video. Let's take a look here. YouTube random comment generator. Let's place this in here. And let's run that. And now here we go. Let's take a look and see who our winner would be. All right, the whole market needs to explode. Ren10, I agree, man. So Ren10, if you could please leave a comment below this video to claim your prize, and I will get that sent over to you. If Ren10 is not still around and does not claim it, we'll pick another winner on the next video. Other than that, keep your heads high, hang on to your coins, don't doubt yourself, and I mean, confidence and patience, man, and you will make some profits. Have a good one.